Hey there, welcome everyone to the my first ever Cook With Me live. So this is completely real time, which is very different than my usual episodes, but I'm so glad you're here and I hope that you're keeping well in this crazy time. First things first, I want to thank you because we're almost at 20,000 subscribers, which is absolutely incredible. Definitely put a comment below if you're gonna make this incredible flatbread pizza recipe with me today. And comment below to tell me where you're watching from, how you're doing, and what you've been up to in self-isolation. Absolutely amazing. So, first off, I'm gonna make the dough for the pizza. Here we go. Very, very easy. This recipe is so incredibly easy and so flexible and so forgiving. Here's the all-purpose flour. Half cup. Doesn't have to be perfect, don't have to sift it into the bowl. Here we go. There's a little bit, just to season that pizza dough a little bit. Generous pinch of pink salt. Amazing. Just gonna get a little bit, quarter cup of hot water. Hot water in. And because this is the end of times, we're gonna use this amazing olive oil. It is a Italian unfiltered olive oil, just a drizzle. There we go. Get a spatula, just gonna mix that. So this is half a cup of flour, which will make enough for 2 pizzas. Just gonna mix that through until it resembles a little bit of a dough. Just like that. Absolutely amazing. So incredibly easy. Doesn't make any mess. And just gotta go in there with your hand. Just gonna add a little bit more flour because it feels very wet. Just get all of that flour in there. Because it's the end of times, my brain is so messed up. This is way too wet. Come, come, come. This is a no, that is the right recipe. I'm going crazy, guys. Here we go. quarter cup. I don't know what's going on. Gotta put a little bit more flour in there. It's definitely not supposed to be that wet. So what I was showing you there is actually something I'm going to be announcing very soon, which is a bit of a surprise. But now you've seen a little bit of a behind the scenes. And that is a really exciting ebook that I've actually put together, and it'll be available in the coming days. All right, here we go. Where are you guys at? Let me know in the comments below. So we're gonna knead that for a little bit. This is just a really versatile recipe because flatbread you can make so many things with flatbread. And that's absolutely amazing. I guess I could say that I've been pretty lucky because I have some flour on hand, but when I go to the store now, it just seems like all the flour has been sold out. All right. All right, here we go. So we have people joining us from India, France, Las Vegas. Amazing. So I am in Ontario, Canada. Someone from Norway. Amazing. Absolutely incredible. Okay, there we go. So it looks like a nice little ball. Doesn't have to be completely smooth or perfect. Very forgiving. Gonna leave that into the bowl. Cover that with a towel. Here we go. Let that rest for 10-15 minutes. Gotta set the timer on the oven here. Just to clarify, I'm just setting the timer on the oven. We're not actually baking anything. I don't have a kitchen timer. So while we wait, clear this off. Okay. We're gonna prep some of that veg. So we're gonna make two different pizzas. One of my favorites, was a margherita, and literally it's just a couple ingredients, but I absolutely love tomato, basil, and basically that is it. I'm a simple guy. The other pizza we're gonna make is a Mediterranean style pizza. It's gonna have amazing fennel, some figs, some red onion, some capers for a little bit of tanginess, and we're going to drizzle some amazing balsamic glaze, which is really sticky, tangy, and sweet. It's going to go absolutely amazing with the figs and the incredible fresh fennel. So, gonna get that started. Here we go. So fennel first. Now do not, whenever I go to the supermarket and I buy fennel, I always look for the fennel that has the most trimmings, because that actually is my favorite part. You can do so many things with the trimmings, making a salad dressing with the trimmings, garnish, just absolutely amazing. So we're gonna use some of that. So we're just gonna pick that off. There we go, amazing. You don't need much. We're just making one pizza with this. Leave that aside. Looks absolutely amazing. Fennel, here we go. Just going to slice that thin. And that is literally it. Don't need much, just using this for one pizza. we go. So super, super thin. Look at that, look at that. Super thin. Ribbons. Amazing. Okay, next up, onions. Red onion, just a few rings, really thinly sliced. There we go. And there we go. That is literally it. Leave that aside. And figs, absolutely amazing. Super, super sweet black figs. And thinly sliced, same thing. Look at that. That's just so ripe. Amazing. There we go. Figs, done. One more. We're definitely gonna have extra figs, but that is absolutely no problem because they are absolutely delicious. That's literally just candy. Amazing. Okay. Check the time. Good amount of time. So, I want to take a second here to grate my cheese. So this is actually the first time I've tried using this cheese because there's not much option left at the local supermarket that I'm at here. Here we go. So this is the Gusta. They actually, I believe it's the same company as the Field Roast, which makes sausages. And those are incredibly delicious. So have not tried this cheese before, but does look like you can grate it. So let's check this out. Smells like cheese. There's a bit of a, almost like a rubbery texture. Very, very firm. So I think it should grate really well. But one way to find out. All right, here we go. Nice. So you don't need too much of it. Oops. There we go. Just gonna try this a little bit. That's actually not bad. Not bad. I think once we melt it, it's going to be even better. So, set that aside here. Good on time. And one more thing we have to do for the Mediterranean pizza. Now, of course, some ingredients you may have more difficulty to find than others, and this being one of them. This is called Zatar. So this is a mix of herbs and sesame seeds, mainly thyme, dried thyme, some oregano. I buy this pre-mixed, but like they say, pizza is absolutely delicious any way you slice it. So if you don't have these exact toppings, that is a-okay. It's still gonna be delicious. The best pizza is the one that you wanna eat, and the best way to make pizza is the way that you wanna make it. So, go look up here. And we're literally just going to make a paste. So about 2 tablespoons. amazing. And just look at this olive oil. I mean, just look at that. It takes a few seconds for it to actually drop down. That's how thick and luscious this is, this unfiltered Italian olive oil. Since at the end of times, we're going to splurge a little bit. So about 3 tablespoons of olive oil. There. And this is going to be the base of our pizza. It's going to be absolutely amazing because it's going to be a complete contrast of the margherita. We're just going to mix that and look. It turns into this amazing paste. Absolutely incredible. So easy. And that is literally it. So margherita pizza, margherita pizza is on this side and Mediterranean pizza on this side here. So it's going to clean off my board a little bit. There's some crazy times, guys. Let me know in the comments below if you're making this pizza with me right now and what step you're at. Here we go. Toss that out. And a couple more minutes. I want to take a moment to thank you for supporting my incredible vegan ramen cookbook. This has been about a year journey and a year in the making, from creating the recipes, doing all the photography. If you're new joining my channel, welcome. I am a professional photographer and videographer by trade, so this just came naturally because it has food, it has photography, and some of the recipes I have also filmed on my channel just to give you kind of a sense of the recipes that are in this book. And published this book a few months ago, and then the world went crazy. But that is totally cool because now people are at home and making recipes from my book. And thank you so much for tagging me on Instagram. I've been seeing a lot of amazing looking vegan ramen bowls that you guys have been making. Just incredible. I absolutely love seeing that. So thank you for tagging me. Once we're done making this pizza, definitely tag me on Instagram. Take a picture of it. I'd love to see your pizza. Instagram is at Mr_Will Yeung. And just look, I'll show you. We actually upgraded the cover of this book and it's so soft. It's absolutely amazing. Beautiful color. And has 80+ recipes of just incredible, easy, unintimidating plant-based recipes. And you'll have everything from ramen to prepping things in advance, how to make ramen noodles. That is in here somewhere. There we go. Handmade noodles, absolutely amazing. Making it from scratch. And also has incredible Japanese style salads. Of course, some ramen. And when I was in Asia for work, they have a lot of milk teas and I just became addicted to it. So I just had to include certain drink recipes in here that I was really inspired by. And here is a taro milk tea. And taro is really close to my heart because when I was a kid, I would always order taro milk tea at the bubble tea place. But so taro actually is not purple, it's actually white. And to get that purple color, they usually add some sort of coloring or some sort of funky stuff. But if you know my style, you know I don't do that kind of stuff. So that purple taro milk tea is actually made with purple sweet potato and taro to give that taro flavor. I will actually have a filmed episode to show you that in the coming days, which is absolutely incredible. Fantastic. So we've got 3 minutes left. Here we go. So that special ebook that I showed you is actually a little bit of a surprise. It will include this recipe as well as 4 other plant-based recipes that are so easy to make, really unintimidating. If you're just starting out, it's absolutely perfect because it is so impressive to be able to make something from absolute nothing, just from humble ingredients into something amazing. So that ebook will come out and it will absolutely be free. I will announce that in the coming days, just to keep you guys engaged while you're at home. Okay, let's take a look at that dough. Doing well. Absolutely amazing. And then here I have this tomato sauce. This one is actually store-bought, which is totally fine. I do have a previous episode that shows how to make a easy pasta sauce, but if you don't have the time, that is totally fine to get a good quality store-bought sauce, or you can also amazing. You can also get these San Marzano tomatoes. They're literally just peeled and canned, and literally just blitz them in the food processor or a blender, and that would be an amazing, easy pizza sauce base. Incredible. So, the other thing you have to have is some amazing fresh basil, probably one of my favorite herbs because it is just so fragrant and so aromatic. Incredible. Something about basil, tomato, and pizza just cannot replace it. Incredible. All right, here we go. Dough is done. Let's take that out. Let's roll that a little bit. Here we go. Just gonna roll that into a little bit of a log. Great. Now before we do anything further with this dough, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna show you, we're gonna cook this in a skillet. Now you do not have to have a big skillet like this one, but we're going to warm this up and get that ready, medium-high heat. There we go. And just give it a good few minutes to heat up. If you have a frying pan, works completely fine. Non-stick pan works completely fine. Just make sure that the size of your dough is going to fit on that pan. That's really the only thing. Now, give it some time to heat up. And while we do that, just going to slice this in half. And this will be our 2 portions. Easy. That is amazing. Here we go. A little bit of flour on there. Just gotta flatten this out. And what I mean by this dough being really forgiving is that if you make any mistakes or have any accidents with it, you can totally just flip it over, roll it back in. Super forgiving. Here we go. Gotta roll this out. Gotta roll it really thin, so I got my rolling pin here. And just start rolling. Now the thing is, you can make it to whatever shape you like. I'm gonna make mine into as round as possible. And just don't be afraid to get that quite thin. There we go. Nice. Put a little flour on there. It's absolutely incredible. Now it doesn't have to be super, super thin. It does need to be able to carry your toppings. Look, and that is amazing. Fantastic. Just leave that here for a second. Go roll out that other dough. Same thing, just flatten it out. And just roll that amazing dough. There's really no need to buy a prepackaged pizza dough when you can make this yourself. Roll that out. You find the dough being a little sticky, just put a little flour on there. Nice. Very nice. Here we go. And that is just amazing. So easy. Fantastic. Leave that there. And just gonna bring this to the skillet. Skillet's nice and hot. Now, if you're making a bunch of these, it's a good idea to have the fan on or a window open because it can get a little bit smoky. Here we go. Flatbread in, hot dry pan. You guys didn't see that. Here we go. Once it hits that heat, that flatbread is going to blister. Just literally about a minute and a half on each side. Amazing. And the great part, this is super important. The great part about with cooking the flatbread on the skillets or on the pan first and not just putting the ingredients raw onto the raw dough, which you can still do and bake in the oven. But the great part about doing this is that it's going to create a nice crispy layer for when we put the sauce on. It's not going to get super soggy. So absolutely amazing. Look at that. Another minute or so on the other side, and we're good to go. So, self-isolation. Just been watching a lot of movies, some TV shows. I hope you're binge watching my channel. And I've also been watching a lot of food shows. Trying to keep busy, filming a lot. Filming 2 episodes each week now instead of the 1. And trying to stay engaged. Let me know in the comments below what you've been doing. Let me know what you're looking forward to doing once this is all over. I, for one, am definitely missing being outdoors and going for walks, going for bike rides. Look at that, incredible. Just gotta let that other side cook a little bit more. I think it could use a little bit more sear. And just let it do its thing. Give it some time. And the great part about this, making flatbread, is that you can use it for so many recipes. If you're making a delicious curry, you can also use this flatbread for, or if you're just making wraps, absolutely amazing. With your salad, with your soups. And it's literally just a few ingredients. Amazing, there we go. Just a little bit more on the other side. Absolutely amazing. Now, I really like my bread a bit charred, so just gonna leave it in there for a little bit more. Amazing, absolutely fantastic. So, gonna grab our cooling rack. Really important that you put it on the cooling rack because this allows a lot of airflow underneath your flatbread so that it allows it to get crispy and doesn't have built up moisture. Amazing, there we go. One done. Same thing with the other flatbread. Leave that there to rest. Same thing, here we go. And literally just leave that. That already smells incredible. We haven't even started baking the pizza yet. Amazing. So we're gonna let that flatbread get really nice and crispy in this cooling rack. And then when it's ready, we'll have our margherita pizza toppings good to go. We're just going to flip this. Look at that. So a question came in. The brand of this skillet is called Lodge. They specialize in making tons of different cast iron apparatuses. They'll have different pans, saute pans, Dutch ovens. I would say that you would see normally in my episodes that I use the stainless steel, which I absolutely love. Cast iron requires a little bit more maintenance, let's put it that way. But when you're cooking things like tortilla or flatbread, it's absolutely invaluable. Almost done here, guys. Fantastic. Here we go. Amazing. Look at that. Fantastic. So I just flipped it. Go turn the gas off. Come back here. Just gonna let that other flatbread sit for a little bit. And I'm gonna start assembling my margherita pizza. Here we go. So it's cool enough to touch. I mean, just listen to that. Absolutely amazing. So, a couple tablespoons tomato sauce. Another tablespoon here. Amazing. Careful not to douse it in too much sauce, or else it's just going to seep through that bread. And this is the amazing part. Look, look, look. Completely dry on the bottom. Absolutely amazing. Because no one likes a soggy pizza. I'm going to try this new plant-based cheese. There we go. And of course, if you guys watch my other episodes, you know how much I absolutely love fresh cracked pepper. Some of that on there. Amazing. And like I said, because it's the end of times, I'm going to use a little bit, just a little drizzle, thumb on the bottle, a little drizzle of that amazing olive oil. Fantastic. And this amazing, amazing fresh basil. Just pick a few of those leaves. Here we go. No need to chop, because when we bake in the oven, these basil leaves will actually shrink significantly. There we go. Amazing. So easy. And that is literally your margherita pizza done. Look at that. My gosh. My. Just listen to that. Just want to bite into that right now. But it's going to be even better once we finish with this pizza. This is the Zatar paste that we made. Amazing, look at that. Just going to spread that on there. Just listen to how crispy that is, my gosh. A little bit more. Amazing. Gonna put some of this amazing fennel. Now we've thinly sliced the fennel because we're literally only baking it in the oven for 2 minutes because everything is actually already cooked. Some red onions on there. Fantastic. And don't forget your amazing figs. Those figs, the sweetness from those figs, just gotta go amazing with that fennel. Be generous with those figs. Amazing. And with your leftover figs, just eat them. Fantastic. Just a little bit of those capers. So these guys are just really tangy, a little bit salty, tangy, adds a little bit of texture. Just gotta sprinkle that on top there. Incredible. Last but not least, two more things actually. Got this amazing balsamic drizzle, balsamic glaze. We're gonna drizzle that. My gosh, look at that. My goodness. That is something I expect at a restaurant. And don't forget about your amazing fennel trimmings. And look, usually people throw this stuff out. I mean, come on, look at that. Amazing. Here we go. Last step, guys. Let me know in the comments below how you're doing. Baking tray. Because the flatbread is already cooked, it's no longer going to stick because it's not wet on the bottom. So we don't need to put any flour on the baking tray. Literally, just place them on. Look at that, amazing. All right, here we go, into the oven. And we're literally, my gosh. Oh, forgot to kiss it goodbye, you guys. Here we go, into the oven, a little good luck kiss. And we're literally gonna broil that on low. Literally just for about 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes. And we're going to keep an eye on it because it can burn. Gotta clean this up a little bit. Fantastic. I mean, it's such a joy to be able to make food in your very own home. That is literally something you would get at a restaurant. Just amazing. That's another thing I miss, is being able to have friends over and serve them something that is so easy to make, literally from scratch, and something that they would expect at a higher-end restaurant. Just fantastic. Some of this away here. Just gonna check on that pizza there. Looking good, looking really good. Now what we're looking for is that Zatar paste is actually gonna start to bubble because of the olive oil that we put in it. Once you see that starting to bubble, it's a good indication that it is done. So while we do that, I'm gonna put this away. And if you've seen in my previous episode on how I organize my kitchen, you've already seen my, I guess you could say, nerdy setup. Put this away here. There's really no rhyme or reason too much. It's not in alphabetical order or anything, but I have my teas up top, my spices, my liquids. Just makes it so much easier. And of course over here, come, let me show you. We have our little dry pantry here of spices. The flour goes down here with all the rice and the dried beans, nuts, and baked goods. Absolutely amazing. When you have a deep cupboard like that, normally things are just, you just throw things in there and they just get lost into oblivion. So being able to organize makes your life a lot easier. And I would actually say that it saves you money, because when I'm at the store now, I actually think about what I can or cannot stock in my cupboards. So let's check that pizza. Here we go, amazing. That is literally it. Just a minute or so. You can see that the Zatar is starting to bubble. Oh my goodness, come on. Seriously. Put that on here and just transfer that to the cooling rack. There we go. Just be careful, very hot. Look at that. Incredible. My goodness. I mean, that crust, you can hear, I put it closer to my microphone here. You can hear that. My gosh, crispy, thin crust made from scratch in the comfort of your own home. And that is literally it. Just incredible. Incredible, incredible. Look at that. So, plate. Get this on here. Just going to slice that amazing pizza. That is it. Look at that. Onto your plate. There we go. Look at that. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Oh my goodness. You hear that? That amazing crispy. Come on. Sheesh. Grab that. Look at that. Plate. And you have two absolutely amazing homemade from scratch flatbread pizza, Mediterranean style, and the most amazing fresh basil margherita pizza. And let me tell you, that is so delicious. Look at that. Come on. Amazing. Mmm. Mmm. It makes so much difference. It makes all the difference when you make your own flatbread. Just incredible, incredibly delicious. And look at this. I can't even decide which one I want to take. I'm going to take this one here. Look at that. You can hear the crispiness. Oh my gosh. Amazing. Here we go. So delicious. That was graceful. I mean, there's just so much flavor on here. The saltiness for the Zatar, the sweet and stickiness from the balsamic glaze. Look at that. And that deliciously sweet fig, fennel trimmings, that fresh fennel, and just incredible tangy capers. Everything just works so incredibly well together. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me in my first ever Cook With Me Live. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of it. If you made a pizza, definitely take a picture of it and tag me on Instagram at Mr_Will Yeung. And definitely remember to subscribe, hit that notification bell. In the coming days, I'll be launching that free ebook that has this recipe plus 4 other amazing, unintimidating, easy plant-based recipes. Remember to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Amazing.